broadcast.
Something.
Yeah, we're not.
Yes, we are. According to what I'm looking
It
at here.
says the White House. I'm pretty sure I
Not
can
my
read.
page.
Your page is saying what?
Page is a TV monitor.
Wow,
Thank
but you got a whole bunch of angry people on here, so
let's see
I
if I
don't
can
want to
say
be on
what-
Yeah,
there
that's not
anyways.
us. There's a lot of responses, but not the ones we want.
Ooh. Look at, do you need to come see this, Dawn? We're on
No.
Time is Live now. Well, Time is Live with a whole bunch of pissed off people.
That's what's showing on
This is what,
her live feed.
this is my live feed. It had us and we just switched to this.
Okay, that ain't Terry T-Bone Rhodes. And
No, that's her, but she was watching the live feed on Terry
switched
T-Bone Road.
over.
Here we
I
go.
can't help it if they hijack.
No, I mean, I know that we just.
See, it's the white man trying to push the black man
Hey,
Like,
finally.
every time I find myself in the middle
Of this.
Always gotta use
Of
a race
this
card.
crap,
Ugh.
I just want to be live.
You are.
Hey, and I'm his girlfriend. I'm white. I'm like,
And she wants to be live.
I want to.
Everybody just wants to be
You
live.
are
man.
live.
Could somebody out there call
Could,
me?
could you tell me who we're
and tell me
campaigning
if
for?
I'm live? I know. I have no idea. Oh, there you go. You're live now. It's on.
See,
Is that
we
it?
got 6 people on. Hold on, let's see.
They've been
Come on.
they've been listening
I
to us
said,
acting crazy over here.
Hello,
Ratings
recovery
boost.
room.
Ratings boost.
Don,
Who
it
wants
just
to watch
keeps-
a news conference? You
It
watch
just
a
keeps
recovery
saying,
room.
but then it interrupts again.
Yeah, they were interrupted. We had 6 or 8 people on there at one time. It's still holding my post I made. Hello,
Hey,
if you
Rebecca.
all are there hanging with us, how are you? I hope you're having a wonderful day. A
This is the
productive
recovery
day.
We're recovering from
Life.
We're
We're
recovering
recovering
from
from
this
life.
day, today.
from the internet.
Well, you know how I always come on and say how great the day's been? Not so good. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Your
guys.
days are what you make them, and
Just
unfortunately,
kidding.
Sundays are not so good.
Well, this is
But
Monday.
fortunately, there are days you can make good, and you can make a whole lot better when you make the right decisions.
Oh, look, there's some live stuff happening right there.
Oh, look.
And
Let's see what happens. Oh, you're coming back. We're coming back, guys.
Whoa.
We're back.
Hold up.
We're black.
I see the circle of death.
Buffering.
These are all from 3 days
I had
ago.
nothing to do with it.
Hey, there we are. There's something.
Yeah.
There's something happening, Don. We're not quite sure what it is, but we can see ourselves.
Ask Stephen Stills of Buffalo Springs.
Tracy, you're a very important young
Yeah,
lady.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if anybody else has seen
Thank
this
you,
out
Jen,
there,
if you're
please
listening,
comment
Jen.
in.
Look,
Thank
I had
you.
a
That was
right
very
from
sweet.
July. He's was that today or yesterday? All right. So
Well.
here we go.
Here we go.
This is the recovery room. It is Monday, March 9th, I'm assuming. And March
Sounds
9th is a
good.
really, really
Yes.
good day because it's a day that we are here and we're still here to talk and to reach out to you and you know and the you got the start of the show and to reach out and let you know that there's hope, man. There's hope. There's I mean, you know, if you're here today and you have the and you've taken the time to tune in on your Facebook bookie.
With our Don Didia
Yeah,
main
with Don
sources.
Dita Media's production happening here.
You-
Then
you're
today
right there.
Today is a good day.
Oh yeah.
It was
You know?
actually a beautiful day outside
It was a
today.
beautiful day outside, you know. And when it's beautiful inside, man, that's what this whole thing is all about. Because I mean, you know, I don't know if you guys have joined the Recovery Room Facebook page yet. If you haven't, I don't know what you're waiting for. I mean, you know, there's some really cool stuff. And this is my one of my other. I mean, this guy's a peace guru type dude. Dwight Will. We love you, David. I'll call you David for those of you know Dwight. But anyway,
This is an old episode I'm watching.
What's up, Amber? See you just
yeah,
chiming
you are
in.
watching,
My
and I'm
shirt's
watching. I'm watching
different.
one. No, I'm watching the right one. You're watching an old one. You can log out.
I'm like,
Wait a
that's
minute.
not my shirt.
That's not my shirt. Great. That was a nice comment from a week ago, Jen.
Thanks, Jen. Love you
But
too,
no,
babe.
we are on. I see us here, and I guess that's what matters, right?
Yep.
Do you see anything happening?
Yeah.
Do you see today?
Yeah,
Or
today.
do you see yesterday? I mean,
That's
Thursday.
the hat and the shirt I'm wearing. That's the hat and
You
shirt
sure?
you're
You
wearing.
sure? You sure?
Yeah.
That's how you can tell from show to show.
Semper Fi?
Yeah.
Semper Fi.
I'm on all black right now.
Ooh.
You're black!
You're back.
Wait
What?
a minute.
Oh,
You're wearing black.
What's going on?
are you gonna be white black?
This is getting scary.
White guy in a black shirt.
My God, what a day. What a day, what a day. Hey, listen, yes, go to the recovery room, join, tap on
Join now.
join now. And I think that somehow you
If
get
you're
automatically.
not automatically accepted, there you go. If not, I'll see that so and so requested to join, and I will hit that confirm button as soon as possible.
And guess what we got for a phone
Wait,
number?
ex-
Oh,
Extend
and call us if you
family.
would. The number is 941
yes.
201 5226. That's 941 201 5226. Through the miracles of modern technology, the number is on the screen. Oh, it's gone. Through the
Nope,
miracle
you
of
know what,
modern
I'm about to add
technology,
it,
the
but
numbers are
Don,
gone from the
you're
screen.
On that.
Hey, I want to
Yes.
give a shout out because Sean, I mean, you just can't wear that hat and me not give a shout out to the boys. Semper Fi, fellas. This is to the bravest cats probably on the planet, and I want to be serious for a moment because I am a little giddy and goofy and whatever, but I want to be serious for a moment.
Oh, you're allowed to be like that. And what's hat you got on? Ah, I've seen it.
Sean lost her
Very
brother
nice.
in Beirut.
Mm.
And we these days there's a big thank you for your service atmosphere happening in our country, and that's great. That's great. But I just wanted to be heartfelt. It's easy to say, but I just want to make sure that you guys are actually feeling it, because you got some young men and women that go off into other regions of the world and put their lives on the line, and some of them lose them. And we had that tragedy. What year was that, Sean?
1983.
1983. A bunch of you guys weren't even born yet.
It's the
This
year
one
I
over here
was,
was born.
is the year I was born.
October
Was-
23rd.
I
On
can't
October
forget
23rd in history, a group of terrorists attacked a ship,
No,
bombed you tell the
They
story.
bombed the Hilton
The Hilton
in Beirut.
in Beirut.
And the only person that was allowed to actually have ammunition was the sentry at the guard gate, and he had his .45 caliber 1911 pistol. Unloaded the mag, the weapon, reloaded, fired more. The bomb went off, and it was the second largest bomb in the history of the world to ever go off. And here are these Marines. I've met a lot of the survivors. There's actually a survivor that lives here in Bradenton, Sarasota area. These guys here, they just lost their best friend, their brothers, and then the snipers were taking them out as well. I met one of the individuals who was in the basement for almost 10 days before they were able to dig him out, and he survived. He then did his term with the Marine Corps, joined the fire department in New York, and got killed in the terrorist attack when 9/11 happened.
Mm.
My heart just goes out to his family. I mean, here you have a son who just loves America, etc.
Survive that.
So, and not only survives one terrorist attack, gets killed in another one.
Yeah.
And two big, huge key point history marks and big black marks in the history of America.
Mm.
And so now we have these big bombs, right? And we've got all this armament, and we've got the most powerful military on the planet, right? and there's this little itty bitty microscopic thing that's going around that's shutting the entire world down. Yeah, and so here's our reality. We can go on day after day and day in and day out and just kind of muddle through this life and hope for the best. And I'm speaking specifically to my fellow addicts out there, because the time is running out however it goes. Whether or not it's that the coronavirus is going to kill us, or a coconut's going to fall out of a tree and bust us upside the head, or whatever it is, that time is coming. And so right now is all we got. What do they say? That yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery, and today is the present.
And tomorrow's never guaranteed.
And tomorrow's never guaranteed. And so I mean, I'm only saying to you that this with this little bit of time we got left, whatever that outcome is. I mean, I'm not scared of the coronavirus. I mean, there's so many other things that can happen. But the reality is that I know I'm going however it goes. Corona, Shmonona,
that's
whatever it is.
There's some.
But see, the thing is that I don't know how it's going to be. What I do know, though, if for my fellow addicts who are active right now, you know what your outcome is.
Don't speed up the process.
You know what it is. I don't know how I'm gonna go, because I don't know. I'm gonna do things that are somewhat normal. But if I was right now in this particular culture that we're living in right now, I would have to say to myself, self, I know that this next hit could be the one that kills me, because it just happened to so-and-so right over here next to me.
If I didn't have the acquaintances that I have, I wouldn't have made it through that thought of this last one won't get me. It would have had me. Period. There's no joke about it.
So
even when you still keep just toying with it because you think that you can, you can't.
You can't. It is a certain outcome. And it's not like you're like bad or anything. You're a human being, and you're susceptible to stuff happening to. I mean, like what did Forrest Gump say? Shit happens. Okay, I can say that because Forrest said it, right?
If you're sure
if Forrest can say it, I can say it. Okay, that's a guarantee in this life, but it is more apt to happen when you're doing certain things that will make them happen. If that makes any sense.
Absolutely. Everyone has that personal needs. Everybody's personal needs to be fueled. You just gotta find out what does that for you, that replace all the uglies with. Because they're uglies. They don't get you anywhere nice.
Sean, what you got in the news? You're kind of quiet tonight. What's going on in the news? Maybe we can wake you up.
Well, Italy just said we're closing the borders. Yeah. They're not letting anybody in or out of the country.
Wow.
There was two more cases in Sarasota, the virus. Two students came in contact with somebody who tested positive for the virus. I decided today to cancel my trip to go up and see my daughter. If I come in contact with it, that's game over.
Yeah, and certainly don't want her to get in contact.
I wouldn't want her to get it, and her family up there would get it, and I don't think her grandfather would survive that either. So it's like I said the other day, it's a different world than we grew up in, But like with me having all my liver issues and only having one kidney, etc. I got a cold before Thanksgiving, and I finally just got over that. A simple cold took me, months and months to get over. Everyone's like, oh, well, just take your vitamins, take this, take that. No, that's not really an option. My option is to stay quarantined away from everybody else. I don't know. But then again, you don't know if you order a salad, if that person washed their hands properly or did whatever, if, you know, and then you go eat that food if you're going to get it, you know. And the messed up part is, everyone should have been washing their damn hands in the first place.
Right. Now all of a sudden,
No,
somebody gonna tell
better
you to
wash my
your
hands.
Oh
You
my
know?
God. That's crazy. Better not shake anybody's hand.
No,
Oh,
I said
Better not
thing-
hug anybody.
I saw a thing where they were doing the Vulcan thing. I can't do it. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, that's the way you say hi now. And
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, if anybody would have asked me, it's just another way of separation. You know, we become such a separate nation, and in fact, I'm doing a little documentary piece with the people that I play tennis with on 17th Street. There's a big gang of us, I don't know, 15, 20 of us or whatever, and it's such a diverse group, and everybody, you know, gets along, all young, old, black, white, Spanish. It doesn't matter. You got some Ukrainian and Bosniak. I mean, it's just an amazing thing. Irish, and everybody gets along, and it's such an antithesis. Get it out. It's such an
Beautiful.
antithesis
gorgeous, baby.
of this whole separation kind of thing that's put out there in front of us, because it's just not true. There are more of us that get along than there are that don't. I guarantee you. I'm willing to guarantee you. But there's also this whole thing of, you know, you've got to make decisions. You see, what they did today was made decisions that were best for everybody, not based on what felt good or based on, you know, some sense of duty and habit that would normally happen. But, and I'm talking about Sean and his daughter and mom deciding not to make that trip on these planes for the good everybody. That's the same thing that you've got to do with your addiction. You know, I mean, you've got to make a decision to say, you know, what's in my best interest. You know, I mean, I know, and I know that it's the fear. It is the craving and the addiction, but then secondarily, I know that it's the fear of the pain of withdrawal.
And,
You know?
and that pain is the pain that is the relapse pain, is what I consider. It's a relapse pain. When you get to that point, that's what makes you think, okay, well, maybe I can't do this anymore. And it takes a whole lot of support and understanding and just... you need it says it takes a village to raise a child. It almost takes a village to get somebody sober, but... God, if you can get them there, get them there. It's. I was just in the middle of reading or typing. Sorry.
But yeah. I mean, it is.
Sometimes it's very hard to move on, but once you move on, you'll realize that was the best decision you've ever made. And I think that's true. And it's no matter how hard the situation is, that there's no greater pain watching someone you love their drugs more than you. Same place when it says it's hard to love an addict. My last point, and I'll shut up. She believed she could, but she was tired. So she rested, and you know what? The world went on, and it was okay. And she knew she could try again tomorrow. Trying a better tomorrow. One that you know you deserve, and that you know that in part you've worked for. And a part of what you know that you don't want to go back to. I'll rest my case.
Oh, you were making a case?
the
A
gavel
cake?
fell.
Did she take cake?
I was
Take it.
I was taking my 3 minutes of time.
Listen, no, take as much as you need. I mean, you know, everything
That's
is
what
important.
made
Well-
that's what made contact with me or connect with me.
Hmm.
The other day, I put a thing on Craigslist under groups. I was looking for other people that are terminally ill in the area. That way, just to have someone to talk to. They just, I know that this show helps me out a lot, being able to hear the people's stories and tell my story, whatever else. I was trying to pass that along to other people, and I met somebody else because I have the Alpha 1 antitrypsin. I'm an MZ, which means I'm a carrier, and only 4% of the entire world has the Alpha 1 antitrypsin. And luckily, I put the thing out there because I met somebody online who lives in Ellington, just 20 minutes away, and she didn't even know where to go to, where to turn. I was like, "Well, did you contact Chance Hospital in Gainesville?" She's like, "Why would you do that?" I'm like, "Well, that's where the headquarters is for the world for the Alpha 1 antitrypsin." And so you never know what little thing you can do that can change someone's life.
It's absolutely true. That is the cherry on the top of what Sean was just saying. And the number was put up there earlier, but sometimes just talking about it and then sometimes finding somebody that is in the same situation that can identify with what you're talking about, because most of us don't know what the other person is going through, and so that's what this recovery room is about. I mean, if you feel like you're the Lone Ranger, if you feel like you're the only one out there that's going through what you're going through, then understand that that's just not the case. Understand that there are a bunch of us out here who've gone through the same thing. And my point earlier is that 2 to 3, I don't know, 4 days a month, I don't know how long it would be for you to kick that thing. It's worth the years of pleasure that come afterwards. So that fear of the pain and withdrawal and that loss of a companion and a friend, if you can get over that, and if you can get to the point where you say, okay, my life, the rest of my life is more important than just my life right now, okay, and that if I can just go through. If I can just bear down, I don't know, man up, whatever it is, put your big girl panties on, whatever all those sayings are, big boy pants on, long pants, if I can do just that for as long as it takes me not to have to go through these cravings, not to have to go through this pain, not to have to go through even the first part of it, which is the desire and the cravings that I would have to resort to measures that I would never do if it were not that I was so immersed and so attracted and so addicted to a substance or a situation even that rules me.
Can I read this when you're done about ruling?
Read.
Once we have been through this feeling, or as I would say, crisis, and survived it clean, we know it won't last forever. We come through these experiences with a dependent understanding and faith in our recovery. Through hard work and grace, if we keep coming back, we keep our freedom. And really it can be just our everyday coming back to the time we put our feet on the ground and thank God that we're here for another day and that He helped you make it through the last, or that you know that you have faith in Him to make it through today. And once you've been through that feeling and you know that feeling, you know that you can breathe through it and survive it. I know I have severe anxiety, and so along with my dependency, I also deal with my anxiety, and sometimes it becomes insane, and I know that I'm sure every one of you all do too. But once you can get your head right and really, once you can really just get your head right and talk yourself through it and just know that it's okay and it's okay on the other side, and keep it repeating in your head. That's how I've been getting through multiple times. That is my coping mechanism, trying not to disassociate, but trying to embrace, but handle. and it depends on what perspective you're at. Maybe you can do one, maybe you can do the other, but just really try to focus on one because it's better than going back out there. You don't want to go back out there because it puts you right back to where you are right now. If you got any time there, keep that time. Sorry, thank you.
Dawn, you were saying something? The number came up on the screen. There it is, 941. Oh, what? There it was, 941-201-5226. Yeah, I mean, if you're out there and you're in need of somebody to talk to about what you're going through, and you can clearly hear that Christy is one of those hope dealers too. I mean, she's been down the road. I've been down through there. Sean is in a whole completely different situation, and we all find ourselves in situations in life. That's what life is all about, right? And everybody's situation is on. There was this whole group of people, and they said you got the opportunity now to throw all of your bads. I mean, just throw all your stuff into this pile. Everybody just throw all your stuff, all your attitudes, all your behaviors, all that stuff that you just want to get rid of. Throw it in this pile, and everybody did. And then they said, well, go and grab some others, and then they went and started grabbing other people's stuff, and it was like, oh, whoa, wow, I'll just have my own stuff back, please. Can I have my own stuff back?
I've been dealing with this long enough, just familiar.
So
I hate that word. Ugh.
The number is.
The number is
941-201-5226. Post it up
if you're
here
if you're
again.
out there and you need somebody to talk to, whether it's now during the show or whether it's later on after the show's over, whether it's at that time when you're about to try to make that decision whether or not I'm going to use or not. I know Sean talked about somebody that he talked off the cliff the other night. Sometimes you just might need to just talk until that urge goes away, until you get over that wave one more time. You know what I mean? But I guarantee you this one thing: if you could take that time and dedicate that yourself to getting through that, everybody's experience is different. Some people get through it in 2 or 3 days. Some people don't even kind of really go through a whole lot, depending on your level of use. Some people it takes you got cramps and different things for up to a month. It's all varied experiences for everybody. But I guarantee you, whatever it is you got to go through to get there.
Oh my gosh, is it worth it? You might not think so, and sometimes it may take you a few times. But when you truly, honestly get there, it's a weight lift that you can't even describe. And I'm only saying that I'm not on the way. I may be in a rumor for the rest of my life, or maybe just a recovery guru for the rest of my life, because I believe in it and I know that it saved my life. And sometimes it's hard, and sometimes I think, okay, I'm okay now, but I think, that community is important, and everyone keeps everyone going, and that's what it's all about. You gotta share it. Share your strength.
The commercials.
Oh, I thought you said you were going to commercials.
I was going to
Okay,
try.
I was to
I
say,
wanted to talk
Would
about
you
that
not?
the other
Would
night.
you not concur? That's just.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my daughter's sister, who lives down here, she just sent me a message because she just found out that I canceled the trip going to get my daughter, bring her back down. She's like, change your plane ticket. I'll fly up there. I'll get her. I'll bring her back down. And the whole point is, don't bring the sickness here,
So now I take the one that's here back up there. we're getting closer and closer to discovering that we've got to really, what we should be focused on are the people who have been most devastated by it. The people who have lost their lives from this thing have generally been older people that have some pre-existing condition. So Sean has a pre-existing condition. He's not an older person, but he's got a pre-existing condition. So yes, you want to be more concerned about those people. But the biggest part of this thing is the fear epidemic right now. There's an epidemic of fear that's spreading across the globe. I mean, and it's like there's 1,000 cases here and 1,000 cases there. Well, the flu that I'm fortunate enough to be a vet that I can get a flu shot for, that flu is more, there's millions of people affected with it. You know, we didn't shut off the whole world because a few people, you know, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I guess I am. You know, it just seems to be a little bit too over orchestrated. You know.
This
Speaking
is
of-
a little fishy.
Of the vet
Little
thing,
fish.
one article I did read, they're in the process of, because I think I always thought it was stupid that they didn't cover the teeth for the vets. They're actually in the process of now getting it all done up where the dental is covered as well.
Well, thank you, because I would really love that. I mean, I was covered when I was in active duty, but then when I got out, because I didn't have war injuries, thank God, or any of that stuff, I did not qualify for dental. Which, as Sean, I guess, was alluding to, is that the mouth is the center of it all. I mean, if your mouth is not healthy, the rest of your body cannot be healthy. You know, it's really as simple as that. So. Yeah, thanks. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. I knew nothing
I
about
think I
that.
forwarded it to you.
Okay,
But if
good.
not, you can just Google it. But,
Good.
Google it.
Google.
Google. Ooh, that's what that was?
Google it. Google it.
That was a Google.
Google
Commercial
it.
in
Commercials in 5.
Commercials are
All
coming in
right.
5. Yeah, I mean, and you know, we're getting back to the Simplified thing. One of our commercial sponsors, Protect Our Warriors, is one of those organizations that obviously I'm a part of, but I'm also very proud to be a part of because, you know, once again, when you hear about thank you for your service and all of that, you know, certainly we'd like to see that. And you know, I went to Lowe's, and it was a little while back, and I may have told the story before, but I'm gonna tell it again. I went to Lowe's, and out in front of Lowe's they have veterans parking. It's almost like handicap parking. It's right in front of the store, and that really caught my attention. As a vet, I thought, wow, that's really special. You know, and so they got my attention, and then I went inside, and there were other. There's a daily 10% or whatever it is discount that they have in there, and so where am I going to do my shopping? So you know, P.O. Warriors has decided to team up these businesses that have all these discounts with the entities that they give them to, and I'll talk more about it, I guess, during the commercial when it comes up. But just you know, there's just so much good stuff going on. I mean, there's you know, it's, outside of the coronavirus, there's a lot of good stuff going on. There are people getting together, doing really good stuff for people. What did we just say, Sean? That just happened, and we said those are the kind of stories that we need more of.
If you're asking me with the memory issue.
Yeah, I know, but we just talked about it today. Somebody did something for a kid, and the thing that you forwarded to me, because, and you said, see, those are the kind of stories we need more. We need more stories of people coming together, doing good stuff for people, and that is what it really, that's what's really happening out here, as opposed to, you know, all the world is going on to heck, or whatever you want to call
That
it.
was like I thought the sweetest thing is we were on the bike yesterday, and little boy's ball went across the road. These two little brothers were out front playing soccer, and the ball went across the street. But they knew not to cross that road, so he was just standing there at the edge of the side, just wanting his ball, and even traffic stopped, and just to hop out and get it. And I mean, I was appreciative of their patience from around us, you know. So I get off, get the little boy's ball, and he said, "Thank you," you know. And the people behind us were understanding, instead of, you know, blowing their horns and being just nasty, because that's what you find so much of these days. It's just, I mean, slow down a minute, you know. Darn, you don't always have to be a donkey. It's just,
Is that what the kids are calling them these days?
Well, it's not. I'll tell you what I call it, but that's my. yes.
Yeah, just the harsh reality. It's like
But it was
kindness
like,
is the new cool.
that was, you're expecting, I'm rushing, expecting for these people to be like rude, upset, and in a rush. Like most people are. You know, the little boy just wanted his ball.
Well, that's the point. Most people are not. That is is the thing. Most people are not. A lot of people are not. And it's like the squeaky wheel gets the oil. That's what it is. It comes off. Like people say, oh, all New Yorkers are rude. That's not true. You know, so we got to really kind of say a lot of people would have instead of most people, because I mean it's not really
So
true.
how does that work? Like your mom was born in Virginia or Wisconsin, so all of a sudden you're polite?
Yeah, right. yeah. New
Or
York.
how's that work?
Yeah, well, we'll see.
I don't know.
They make that good picante sauce in New York.
Oh.
There was
Oh, well, never mind. That explains it.
Speaking of articles, I read this one, and this one was so messed up on meth, and she's speeding, she gets pulled over for the meth. She's got a pound of meth in her purse, and the baggies, everything else to distribute, and she's got a triple beam in the back. She also has a baby squirrel in her purse.
Tell me what
And
that's
she said
about.
that her son had a tree trimming service, and the squirrel came out, and she was trying to rescue the squirrel. This lady was more concerned with making sure the squirrel was okay than realizing that she just had a pound of meth with her, and she's going to prison for like 20-some years, whatever else, than the little squirrel.
Perfect segue.
Well,
So
that didn't work out so well for her.
Perfect segue. And make sure we post Sean's fundraiser on it. And we're gonna change the picture.
Yes.
Maybe the people don't like Sean's face looking like it looks on the thing. I don't know.
Oh, why you mad? Fix your face.
because I used to have teeth,
Ooh,
teethus.
wow.
Hey, G.
Here we go.
Hey,
it's only
King
been
Chris.
2 or 3 weeks, so I'm thank
King
you for
Chris
I'm
in
bringing
the
it up in
house.
the last couple of weeks.
Well, I thought about bringing it up when I mentioned that the vets were getting the teeth thing.
Yeah, but perfect segue from the little squirrel thing. I
Yeah,
will be
King
posting
Chris
a
on.
picture of
Oh.
Leia on the thing, so you can see that the guy has a dog, and people are so much more interested in helping animals than they are helping people. So I'm going to say, if I need you to help Leia, because if Sean goes away, Leia's life is all screwed up.
But actually, if you think about it, when Sean's liver burst and he started pretty much bleeding to death, this dog protected him and made it to Lakewood Ranch Hospital with him. And she's still by his side this day.
Yeah, it's
So we're not talking about just like a pooch. We're talking about lifesavers on both ends, because she was brought out of a bad environment and she saved you from a pretty rough one there too.
when I got to the hospital, they couldn't believe that I drove there, and they were like, "Well, what'd you drive us?" Well, there's no phone service out in Mayaca, and two, I said I couldn't leave my dog out there. They're like, "Wait, you drove here?" I was like, "Yeah." I
Yeah,
only took 14 pints of blood.
yeah.
Yeah.
I drove here but crawled in the door.
Rolled the window down, said the dog was good, gave her some water, and crawled in on my hands and knees and said, "Help!"
That's your recovery room pup. She's showing her vigilance. You can do it all. You can do it. Absolutely.
Going to commercial.
Here's a little piece of our commercial sponsorship happening here. It's just getting,
Ooh.
it's going to get better though.
I want some more of that tiramisu.
Yeah, we had.
We can't go
there's
back
Hammock
to
Haven.
that.
Listen, this is Christy's business, by the way. You guys might want to go check it out.
Hello.
Go to thehammockhaven.com and check out what's going on there. And then we got our good friends out there at 21 Sweet Tree St. Anne Marie Island. We'll be out there Sunday night at
Sunday night.
6 o'clock. Come
It's
on out for some
reservations.
food and some music.
Call for
P.O. War is the ones that we
reservations.
were talking about earlier today, which is organization connecting businesses and these first responders and these officers that are just out there risking their life each and every day. Every week some of us go to work, right, and we get on 45, we get on 41, and we go 45. And we're supposed to be going 60, and that's the most dangerous part of our day is driving to and for the work. But these guys go out and they never know whether they're coming home at night.
No.
You know, which one of you guys would run into a burning building?
The pit bull I saw earlier did.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
Got the baby bites. Beadar. That's what you used to call them. Diapers. Beadars.
Yeah, I read the article. This house caught fire. The pit bull ran in the house on fire, grabbed the 3-month-old by the diapers, and ran through the fire and got the baby out.
Can you imagine? I would. Oh, Lord. Oh.
It's that stigma
Thank
that goes,
you.
oh, it's a pit bull. They're mean. They're vicious. They're this. They're that. You know.
I wouldn't even care. That baby got brought out of there by the one you thought, whew, yes. Mm-hmm.
It's everyone judging everybody because they just.
Stigmas are huge on how we are.
I can tell that person's guilty. They're black or they're a redneck because they got a big truck.
Get her dead.
I love this. We don't recover, we thrive. And we can all do that in all sorts of different ways. You have your health.
Ish.
Yeah.
Better than you did. Let's put it that way. There were some rough moments there.
We do matter, and we want to consider how we can contribute.
You know what?
So
If I was to die today, I know that I've done a remarkable thing.
I was fighting this trying to get him a liver.
If I didn't feel so bad when I was sick, those hallucinations, I would have had a great time.
Yeah.
You know?
that would've
Oh
been
no,
fun.
honey,
Yeah.
you at the end.
Yeah, it
No, I
would've been a
don't
whole
think
lot
you
of
would have.
fun. Listen.
Love this. If actually, go ahead.
No, in case you guys
I
haven't
was-
noticed, I'm leaving you guys all the air you need tonight because I'm in a listening mood. My daughter told me years and years ago. She said, "Daddy, you know why you got two ears and one mouth?" So you can listen twice as much as you talk, which is a very difficult thing for me in certain situations,
Okay,
like
here's
here on the recovery room.
and here in the recovery room.
Passionate about it.
It is, and I can hear your baby's girl's voice coming.
Yeah, you know.
We don't think our way into a new way of living. We live our way into a new way of thinking.
Yeah.
And I think in recovery that connects everything really and really with reality. It ties the binds. It kind of puts it all together.
It is so.
Yeah,
It is so.
I think so.
You're right. The next time you don't want to talk so much, let me know before the damn show.
Oh, I can keep going if you're bored. This is actually for you all on here with us. This right here is my journal. I did a 30-day inpatient program, and this is a lot of my resources that I found out about myself and everything, and everything. So I'd love to share it with you all because I know that it helped me a lot, and it when I say perspective is key, it really is, and it comes in so many different ways. So it's when we change in our recovery, or we change in recovery, but we also uncover who we were along all the way. And that is, because I mean, you always have your underlying self. Where messed up belly. Experience teaches us that the more willing we are to move forward in our lives, the more fully we become ourselves. Think on that one. And then
I'm going through my quotes on
keep
my
reading.
I'm going through my quotes on my phone, but I guess I saved a lot that were very comical to me. It says the average person farts 13 times a day. Finally, I'm above average or something.
So I guess I was off track.
There was this one article that I posted on Facebook a whole bunch. It says a 24-year-old boy was popping his head out the window on a train, like, "Dad, look at the trees behind us." Suddenly again, the boy yells out, "Dad, look at the clouds, they're running with us." The young couple sitting next to the boy with this child's behavior with pity told the old man, "Why don't you take your son to a good doctor?" He said, "I did. My son he's been blind for life, just got his sight back today."
Perspective.
Yeah.
We talked about that earlier, Sean and I. That's perspective, guys. I mean, you don't know what you don't know. And as far as judgments and stigmas and all that, you don't know what somebody's going through. You don't know how they got there. You know, be a little bit more inquisitive. Be a little bit more empathetic. You know, that's one of the best stories you can hear. It's like this guy was seeing something for the first time. And you know, even if you've had your eyes wide open for up until now, there's still some things that you can see for the first time. There's still some things that you can see for the first time. And if it's not for the first time, it's for the first time in a long time. You know, and that's when you get all that fog out of your head. You get all that crap out of your system. You find, you know, I love some of my friends, men and female that get into recovery, and then they hit the gym like there's no tomorrow, and they get to looking good, man, and it becomes a new way of life. You know what I mean? Health becomes a new way of life. You see, you've got change, right? Change is one thing. Transformation is a completely different thing. You see, change is just that, changing a few things to make it a little better. Transformation is getting rid of the old altogether. Okay, and it's bringing in a new. The old is just gone. It's not changed. It's not improved upon. We don't need to improve our thinking. We need to replace it. We need to replace it, and I guarantee you that you first of all you gotta have the make the decision to do that. Once you make that decision, all the rest of the stuff, I guarantee you, will be added to you. It will start coming to you, and then you will just have to try to decide how you just start to decipher it,
to use it up. How are you gonna? Yes.
What she said. So, you know, it's up to you. It's up to you. And I don't mean to make it sound like so scary, but it ain't scary because it's up to you. If you looked at the post, our topic for tonight said, "The world is yours."
Ooh. Can I say something?
This is an open forum.
Okay, here's where I'm going with. The one requirement, the desire to stop using. We are given permission to be who we are. We are no longer and have no longer to live the lie to gain acceptance. Not from anybody, but you are to be who you are yourself. You are to regain your family that they lost you, but you never lost them. And you know what? They love you. Go home. Stop trying to fight the fight. Let them love you and go home. Sorry, I'm done.
No, you're not.
Speaking of love,
I'm sure you're not.
I found my journal, babe.
Good. Journal on, baby. Listen to me. I'm just listening.
This brought me through rehab.
Speaking
this
of
brought
love
me through a lot.
and prayers, whatever else. So the 23rd of this month is when I meet the transplant team.
Yes.
They're gonna
Coming up really quickly.
Yeah. They're gonna go over all my medical stuff, and I've got like thousands of pages for them to go through. I've got all my medical history, luckily since the early 1980s. But there is a chance that I won't be a candidate.
Not a chance.
And
There's not a chance. We're
So-
gonna make you a candidate.
I'm asking everybody to pray.
You seen that movie, John Q? We're gonna take over the hospital.
Yeah. Actually, I watched it the other day, and I was like, wait a second here.
We gonna find us some
We said it here
masks.
first too, so they like we ain't tell you.
Yeah.
It's about to be sirs.
But
Sure, she tried to use my word.
if
Sure.
you guys out there, if you didn't mark that box in your driver's license, have that done. You know, you can't, like we always say, you can't take it with you when you're gone.
Yeah.
You could change so many people's lives.
Hey,
Then he's talking about being a donor, by the way.
Yeah.
If
yes.
you missed that part.
and you know, everyone has their own opinions. I know I'm an organ donor when I would think nobody wants anything from me. But
you'd
at
be
the same
surprised.
point, if there was anything I could ever do to save anybody's baby's, child's, mama's, grandmother's, sister's, daughter, any of their sons on the other whole opposite side, I could never tell them no. If I could give them half of it while I'm alive, I'd do that. Well, we are just learning new skills and breaking old habits, and I think it feels pretty good when you're working on that and learning new skills. The new skills are be fun.
Well, I remember what we were talking about earlier.
Right.
The one article that T-Bone was talking about that I had read,
Oh,
after the tornadoes touched down in Tennessee and those poor people, they lost everything. And then now they're stuck with all those hospital bills. The hospitals said they're waiving
That's it.
all their medical stuff.
that's
See what I'm saying?
beautiful.
You see
That's
what I'm
beautiful.
saying? And you see, and that is that there's levels there. There's the business level that these guys are making a business decision because that's going to cost money. But then on a whole nother level, they're making a decision a human decision. They're making a compassionate decision. They're making a caring decision. And that's what's happening more in the world, people. I want you to open your eyes and look for it. It's happening more and more in the world every day. So don't believe all the hype. Don't get yourself caught up in the old world is screwed up, because it's only screwed up for those people who think that it is. Okay? If you think it, there it is. And so what was the topic? The world is yours. Well, the point is that, listen, I look at this world that I see out here. It's out there, and I see it within me. I don't see what you see. I can't look out of Christy's eyes. I can't look out of Sean's eyes. I can't look out of Don's eyes. I don't know what they see when they look out of their eyes. And so everything that I see is coming from my perspective. Okay? And so it's my world. It's me. It's there for me to do whatever it is that I want to do with it. I know a lot of people have lawn services, right? Well, why do they have lawn services? Because they recognize a need that lawns need to be cut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, but you have to see that the lawn needed to be cut, right? Before you were able to recognize the opportunity. And so this is what I'm saying. You see, when we talk about the law of attraction and all that, that's a bunch of baloney, because it's not the law of attraction. It's the law of opening your eyes and seeing what is there in front of you, seeing your real true value,
What
because
needs
everybody's got
addressed?
some value.
What needs addressed? What is it there? And you know how you always say everything done in the dark comes to the light? So I just found this here, and it says, our defects grow in the dark. In the light of recovery, our assets begin to blossom.
That's a powerful
And
statement.
let's watch them. Let's let us all let our assets blossom.
Yeah. Not ass.
And
You didn't say ass.
I was gonna say something like that, but I was trying not to go there because
Assets.
mine's grown a little bit. Addiction is nothing but voluntary madness. So stop the voluntary madness. 'Cause
Yeah,
aren't
man.
you just darn
You're
damn
gonna die.
done?
You're gonna die.
Of being mad.
You're gonna die,
Woo.
and then you're gonna get ugly. And so some of
Ugly,
y'all
baby.
vain people say, I know some fine individuals, some beautiful people, man. After they got strung out, you couldn't know that it was that same person, but they got themselves together and they went back and they were beautiful again. Maybe more beautiful, because there was this sort of glow. There was this winning attitude. There was this thing that said, I overcome. I was kind of resurrected. I came back from a fate almost worse than death, and I'm here to talk to you today. Whatever, drug free. Some people cancer free. Donut free. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever it was that had you a slave and captive, eyes free. I can be Kunta Kinte again.
Serious.
Serious.
Sure.
My name ain't Toby.
I said, "Sures."
Oh, that's
Right?
way
But can-
that's way out of stuff. You guys, that's way. I was talking about roots, and just in case any of you guys know, what? What? Toby, what? I keep forgetting that some of you guys are.
I remember watching Roots in the 3rd grade in school.
Yeah,
Had to write a report on it.
Never
yeah.
mind,
It
I'm
was.
not
It
gonna
was.
say that.
And she asked, "What roots? What's roots?"
I know some about the
Wasn't
roots.
that
of
Oprah's first movie she was in?
No,
Color purple.
Me?
that was The Color Purple.
Yeah.
Same difference.
All right. I'm gonna close on this one.
You're closing?
Well, I'm
Yeah.
using
3 minutes
this.
left about.
I'm sorry, I watched time from our producer. You know, it's coming to that time. When we are in tune with a power greater than ourselves, we see the flow more easily with the currents in our lives. So,
And so,
get in tune with your flow and let
man,
the let it work for you. Don't fight against it.
that's some good.
Is there
That's some.
something
That's
out-
some good advice.
It's not recovery that it's painful. It's our resistance to it that hurts. Don't just stop the resist. I mean, sometimes it just goes, well, why would I stop now? Or I can just do it. Just do it. I feel like this sad, pathetic puppy just begging you all to get on the other side of the railroad track, because there is another side. And I don't have it every day, and I'm not one to sit here and say, oh, go on. But I definitely want any sort of the relief that comes with it. I pray and I wish upon all of you.
Yeah, and if nobody's told you they love you today, let us
We
be the
love
first.
you.
We love you guys, and you know, and we're hoping that you find a little bit of a hope and a little glimmer of if anything that was said today that is of any meaning to you. I hope that you will internalize it and digest it, and not just you know just say forget about it. Think about it. You know, give it some thought. I mean, that's what this 6 inches between our brains is all about. Is thought. Everything that we see out here in this universe, everything that this opportunity to come on this thing, doing a live feed on this platform, it's done with this thing right here. And so we are the most spectacular creatures on the planet, you know, with this thing, because I mean, a donkey and a pig and a horse have hearts and lungs and stuff. You know what I mean? But we've got a brain, and we've been given dominion over this whole thing, and that includes our own lives. And so when you ask yourself, man, like, you know, Sean, you're going to these sites, and I'm you know, we've got the recovery room and a couple of sites. If it is to be, it's up to me. That is
we
the
love
real
you.
answer.
You said away
It's not your
and
aptitude.
left me with nothing to say.
It's your attitude.
True